Hello, my name is Asta Nikonyuk, and today I'm going to present you my research study called How to Perform Well Tomorrow on the effects of feedback on the student's future performance. Feedback has a crucial impact on the motivation to perform, and if given incorrectly, might completely destroy the student's interest in the subject or even the whole learning process. Depending on how the feedback was given, it can also increase or decrease the future performance significantly. There is a noticeable lack of information regarding what type of instructor feedback is the most helpful for students and what factors contribute to this. Therefore, the study was aimed to fill this gap. The following key concepts were obtained from the comprehensive literature review. Performance feedback, specific data given by an instructor encouraging the individuals to change or keep their behavior to benefit their performance in the future. Punishment sensitivity, the decrease in one's behavior caused by the punishment and related stimulus. Extroversion, trait related to gregariousness, vigorousness, self-confidence, and proactivity. Emotional response, the reaction of the body to a situation primarily given by an outer influence. The research objectives of the current study were to investigate the relation between feedback and participant performance, and to investigate how this relation is impacted by the participant punishment sensitivity and extroversion. The comprehensive literature review revealed that impact and perception of feedback can be influenced by feedback format, initial performance and motivation, type of feedback, personality traits, and punishment sensitivity. Positive feedback increased the performance better than negative feedback, and participants revealed greater success perception after positive feedback compared to that after negative feedback. Therefore, hypothesis 1 states that participants will perform better after positive feedback distribution versus after negative feedback and no feedback. Strong punishment sensitivity might result in high feedback-related negativity, which is negative emotional reaction caused by receiving feedback that one's performance was bad. Therefore, hypothesis 2 states that there will be a strong correlation between punishment sensitivity in participants and emotional response of unhappiness and excitement to negative and positive feedback. Extrovert participants reveal strong emotional reaction to all types of feedback, whether it was positive or negative, in difference from introvert participants. Therefore, hypothesis 3 states that there will be a strong correlation between extroversion level in participants and emotional response of unhappiness and excitement to positive and negative feedback. 63 students from Ukrainian and Lithuanian universities participated, out of whom 50 were females and 13 were males. Some of them could have originally been from other countries, but since the main requirement was to be a current university student in Ukraine or Lithuania, they were permitted to the survey. In the survey, one online mirror tracing task was used 2 times to measure pre- and post-feedback performance. JASP 01410 statistics package was used for data analysis. 3 instruments and measures were used in the survey to test hypotheses 2 and 3, which were SEM scale, SPSRQ scale, and Big Five inventory. In SEM scale, there were 2 items tested, which were perceived excitement and perceived unhappiness. Both items were measured on a scale from 1, very unhappy and very calm, to 9, very unhappy and very excited. The measures for both were distributed in pictures of a mannequin experiencing different emotions. The second SPSRQ scale consisted of 20 questions distributed in the form of a Likert scale. The third instrument was Big Five inventory, in which only extroversion inventory was used to measure extroversion and introversion in participants, excluding 4 other items from the original questionnaire. In SPSRQ, all the questions are given in the form statements like I am afraid of new and unexpected situations. In contrast, in Big Five inventory, the questions are distributed in a form statement, as in the beginning there is a given phrase, I see myself as someone who, and possible answers with which participants can agree or disagree. The list of possible answers includes statements like is talkative, is reserved, and is full of energy. First of all, the participants were asked to complete the mirror tracing task measuring initial performance. Afterward, participants randomly assigned to 3 different conditions. The first group received positive feedback, the second one received negative feedback, and the third control group received no feedback at all. All types of feedback were assigned randomly without relation to the participant's actual performance. Positive feedback consisted of the following statement. Your task completion time indicates that you just performed better than 80% of all people who ever completed this task. Great job! In contrast, negative feedback consisted of the opposing statement. Your task completion time indicates that you just performed worse than 80% of people who ever completed this task. Not good enough. Right after the feedback distribution, all groups were given a same scale to measure their emotional reaction to feedback. The two types of emotions measured were unhappiness and excitement. Then, the participants were asked to complete the second task, which was identical to the first one but measured the post-feedback performance. Finally, the participants were asked to complete two questionnaires measuring their punishment sensitivity and extroversion or introversion levels. For this, the revised and clarified SPSRQ and Big Five inventory were used. QQ plots and box plots indicated not normal distribution of performance data. A Kruskal-Wallis test was conducted which measured post-feedback performance in negative feedback, positive feedback, and no feedback groups. It revealed that no significant difference were found in post-feedback performance of the three groups of participants. A Pearson's product moment correlation was run to assess the relationship between punishment sensitivity and emotional response to feedback in participants. Preliminary analysis showed the analysis to be linear with punishment sensitivity and emotional response of unhappiness and excitement being normally distributed. There was no correlation between the punishment sensitivity and excitement in participants. There was found a small to moderate negative correlation between punishment sensitivity and unhappiness in participants. A Pearson's product moment correlation was run to assess the relationship between extroversion and emotional reaction to feedback in participants. Preliminary analysis showed the analysis to be linear with extroversion and emotional response of unhappiness and excitement being normally distributed. There was found no correlation between extroversion and excitement in participants. There was also found no correlation between extroversion and unhappiness in participants. Post-feedback performance increased not only in positive feedback group but also in negative and no-feedback groups. Performance increase was caused not by the type of feedback but possibly by the experience and practice in participants. Punishment sensitivity was not found to affect emotional response of excitement. However, participants scoring high on punishment sensitivity reported feeling significantly more unhappy than those scoring low. This could be explained by generally escalated unhappiness level caused by COVID-19. This is partially consistent with the previous studies, which reported that participants scoring high on punishment sensitivity reported feeling more excited and unhappy than those scoring low on it. Extroversion was not found to affect excitement and unhappiness significantly. These results are inconsistent with the previous studies reporting significant correlation. This might be due to methodological and environmental differences since the current study was conducted fully online, whereas the previous ones were made offline, which could have impacted participants' emotional perception and reaction to feedback. Among the limitations causing the differences between the current and the past results might also be named potential lack of effort in participants, since there was reported a connection between effort and following performance. The second limitation might have been initial motivation, since those with low motivation tended to put less effort in completing the required task. The last one was COVID-19 impact on perceived happiness and well-being. For instructors giving feedback to students, it might be beneficial to pay less attention to type of feedback they give, but more attention to sufficient practice and experience in students if they want to increase their performance. Testing punishment sensitivity before giving feedback may also be beneficial since it was found to impact perception of feedback. In the future research, it might be suggested to study the impact of studying online on emotional reaction to feedback and to check the differences in feedback perception between whether feedback was requested versus unrequested. So thank you for your attention in advance and thank you for your feedback.